Hello, I'm Laura Mead, and I've been a meditation teacher for around 30 years now. One of the most common things I hear from people is, I don't have time to meditate. If you don't have time to meditate, if your day is just too full for a 20 or 30-minute session of meditation, you can at least season your day with meditation, meaning taking 1 to 2 minutes several times a day to just reboot or reset your attention. This practice that I'm going to offer you today is called loving kindness practice. There are two broad baskets of meditation. Non-discursive, meaning we're quieting the mind. That's the one that most people think of when they think of as meditation. The other is discursive, meaning we're going to use the powers of the mind and imagination in our meditation. That's the type I'd like to share with you today. So in this meditation called loving kindness, we're cultivating the feelings of kindness and warmth toward other people, toward ourselves, and this has all kinds of health benefits. Loving kindness can lower our stress levels, it can lower our blood pressure, it can increase the capacity for empathy and well-being overall in a person simply by learning these practices and practicing them on a regular basis. So this can be, again, done for long periods of time, but if you don't have that time, this is a practice you can do in 1 to 2 minutes. So we'll do it right now. We'll use the powers of the mind and imagination, and I'll take you through a loving kindness practice. So find a comfortable seat. Now this one, unlike other meditations, you can actually do this when walking around. That's absolutely fine too. And I may demonstrate that later as well. But for right now, we'll do it just sitting. So you can sit, find a comfortable position, relax, and we'll begin. We begin our meditation as always with 3 centering breaths, bringing us into the here and now, rebooting our attention to the present moment. Relaxing your body as much as possible. And for this practice, have your eyes open. Stay engaged with your environment. And we'll bring up these phrases of loving kindness. May you be well and happy, peaceful and at ease. You can bring to mind an individual if you wish, or you can just send this out to the world. May you be well and happy, peaceful and at ease. Taking note of any thoughts or feelings or sensations that arise as you send this feeling of loving kindness to the world. And next, bring to mind yourself. May I be well and happy, peaceful and at ease. Seeing yourself in your mind's eye and sending yourself this feeling of loving kindness, this well-wishing. May I be well and happy, peaceful and at ease. And then finally, we can imagine sending this loving kindness out into the world at large. May all be well and happy, peaceful and at ease. Once again, taking note of any thoughts or feelings or sensations that arise as we radiate this loving kindness to all beings. And we can bring our practice to a close. This is a great practice to do when you're walking around out in nature like I am right now, hearing the birds, seeing the cats running around. We can send this feeling of loving kindness, and often in a very stressful world, taking a moment to remind ourselves of that connection, to remind ourselves that well-wishing to ourselves and others is a choice we can make at any time. As we do this, we may find that a feeling of well-being spontaneously arises in us, and it gets easier and easier to rest in a place of kindness and empathy, versus often what we can find ourselves resting in, which is kind of stressful and maybe close down a little bit. This is that seasoning of the day, 1 or 2 or 10 times, as much as you'd like. Simply practice seasoning the day with loving kindness and see how it changes your world. I want to thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to sharing more meditations with you in other videos. Thanks again. May you be well and happy, peaceful and at ease.